Have you ever felt at that strange distance growing between you and her a quiet shift? You can't quite put your finger on the way she used to light up around you, laugh at your jokes and lean in when you spoke. Now feels like a distant memory instead. There's a coldness in her eyes, a hesitation in her voice, and a subtle hull away that no amount of texting or trying seems to fix. Maybe you tell yourself she's just stressed, busy, or going through something. But deep down, you know, something else is happening, something far more painful and harder to admit. She's emotionally done. But here's the brutal truth. When a woman emotionally checks out, she won't announce it with drama or fights. Instead, she leaves quietly through the little things, the missed glances, the half-hearted smiles, the silence that screams louder than words. And if you're not paying close attention, if you don't understand the signs, you'll miss it entirely. You'll be stuck wondering why things fell apart, left alone to piece together a puzzle with missing pieces. But it doesn't have to be that way. High-value men who understand emotional intelligence and self-respect, catch these signs early. They don't panic, they don't beg. They see the subtle clues, the quiet withdrawals, and act with clarity and strength. Today, we're diving deep into the 6 subtle signs she's emotionally done with you, so you don't waste any more time in the dark, because the difference between heartbreak and healing often lies in what you notice before it's too late. Stay with me, because this knowledge could save you from endless pain, or even worse, losing yourself, trying to hold on to someone who's already gone. Welcome back to Stoic Paradox, where we unravel the hard truths about relationships, self-worth, and emotional intelligence that most men overlook. Today's conversation is not easy, but it's necessary. Because sometimes the most painful moments teach us the greatest lessons. When you care deeply for a woman, when your heart is invested and your mind hopeful. It's devastating to realize she might already be emotionally checked out. And what makes this even harder is that she rarely tells you outright. Instead, her feelings shift quietly, almost invisibly, like a slow fading sunset that you only notice when darkness has fully settled. In understanding these subtle signs isn't about manipulation or control. It's about clarity and respect for yourself. It's about recognizing the truth early enough to save your dignity, your peace of mind, and your future high-value men. Those who carry themselves with strength, self-awareness, and emotional intelligence know that ignoring these signals only leads to heartbreak, confusion, and wasted time. They know when to hold on, and more importantly, when to let go. So if you've been feeling that something's off but can't quite explain it, if you find yourself walking on eggshells, guessing at her moods, or doubting your own worth, then this video is for you. We're going to break down the 6 subtle, often overlooked signs. She's emotionally done with you, signs that speak louder than any argument or goodbye. By the end, you'll have the insight to read between the lines, to protect your heart and to move forward with confidence. No matter the outcome, remember, knowing the truth is the first step toward healing and growth. You deserve a love that's fully present, fully committed, and fully real. Let's uncover these signs together, because your emotional freedom starts here. 1. She stops initiating contact. And when she does, it feels forced in the early stages of a relationship. Communication flows effortlessly. She texts you first, calls you out of the blue, or finds reasons to reach out just to hear your voice. There's an eagerness and genuine excitement in every message or call. However, when a woman begins to emotionally check out, this natural rhythm changes dramatically. You'll notice the frequency of her texts or calls dwindles. She might take hours or even days to respond. And when she finally does, her messages feel clipped or lack enthusiasm. It's almost as if she's going through the motions because she feels she has to, not because she wants to. If you ask why she's been distant, her explanations might feel vague or unconvincing, leaving you wondering what's really going on. High-value men understand this subtle shift. They realize that communication is the lifeblood of connection. When that lifeblood starts to thin, it's a sign the emotional heart is weakening. It's not about being needy or overanalyzing every text. It's about reading the energy behind the words. A warm, interested message ignites connection. A cold, mechanical one signals withdrawal. This forced contact is a red flag, that she's distancing herself emotionally, and if ignored, it's a warning of deeper issues beneath the surface. She's emotionally unavailable. She avoids deep conversations. One of the most painful signs a woman is emotionally done is when she closes off. Emotionally, relationships thrive on vulnerability and honest conversations, sharing fears, dreams, insecurities, and hopes. When she was fully invested, she would have welcomed these moments to deepen your bond. But now, when you try to open up or discuss serious matters, she retreats. She might give one-word answers or change the subject quickly, signaling she doesn't want to engage on that level. This emotional unavailability is often a subconscious defense mechanism. She may feel disconnected, overwhelmed, or unsure about the relationship's future, and so she builds walls to protect herself for a high-value man. This behavior is a crucial sign. It means the emotional bridge between you is crumbling if left unrest. This distance only grows and meaningful intimacy becomes impossible. Recognizing this sign early helps you avoid wasting emotional energy where it's no longer reciprocated. 3. Her body language tells a different story. Closed off and distant humans communicate far more through body language than words. When a woman loves and feels connected, her body is open, she makes eye contact, smiles, genuinely touches you casually, and leans in when you speak. These unconscious signals reflect attraction and emotional presence. But when she's emotionally done, these signals reverse. You might notice she crosses her arms, avoids eye contact, or physically distances herself during conversations, or moments when she used to be close. This shift can be subtle: a quick glance away, a lack of touch, a stiff posture, but it speaks volumes. High-value men pay attention to these nonverbal cues because they reveal what words often mask. When her body is closed off, it means her heart is pulling back too. This silent withdrawal creates a chasm between you, and the longer it goes, unnoticed, the harder it is to bridge the gap, for she shows less interest in your life and stops sharing her own genuine love. An attraction are rooted in curiosity, a desire to know and be known when she's truly into you. She asks about your day, remembers small details you shared, and shares her thoughts and feelings openly. But as emotional distance grows, this curiosity fades. She might stop asking about your life or respond with disinterest when you share something important. Simultaneously, she may stop sharing about herself, her day, her feelings, her dreams. This mutual disengagement is a clear sign. She's mentally checked out. It signals that the emotional investment she once had is no longer present. High-value men recognize this shift as a wake-up call. It's not about punishing her or demanding attention. It's about acknowledging that the emotional connection is fraying and requires honest evaluation. 5. She becomes easily irritated or defensive. Small things set her off when emotional investment fades. Underlying tension and dissatisfaction rise to the surface. A woman who is emotionally done might become quick to anger, defensive or easily annoyed by small things that never used to bother her. She might snap at you during casual conversations, criticize minor habits, or misunderstand your intentions. This irritability is often less about you personally and more about her internal conflict, guilt, confusion, or frustration about the relationship for a high-value man. This pattern is a warning sign. It means emotional barriers are up and the relationship is no longer a safe space for either of you. Instead of addressing problems constructively, she may push you away with hostility or coldness. Recognizing this, early helps you protect your emotional well-being and consider if the relationship is still healthy for both of you. 6. She avoids future planning. The we becomes one of the most telling signs a woman is emotionally done is her reluctance to talk about the future in healthy relationships, plans for trips, holidays, milestones, or even long-term goals are shared eagerly. They symbolize commitment and shared vision. But when she's pulling away, these conversations become uncomfortable or non-existent. She might avoid answering questions about where the relationship is going or what you want to build together. Instead of she starts speaking in, focusing on her own life desires and independence. This shift isn't about empowerment, it's about emotional uncoupling. High value men notice this because future planning is the foundation of trust and commitment. When she steps back from it, she's signaling that she no longer sees you as part of her future. This is a critical moment to assess your relationship. Honestly, recognizing these 6 subtle signs is not about playing a game or trying to force feelings. It's about being honest with yourself and honoring your emotional health. High-value men don't settle for half-hearted love or uncertainty. They choose clarity, dignity, and respect, both for themselves and for the women in their lives. By seeing these signs, clearly you empower yourself to make decisions that protect your heart and open the door to a love that's truly mutual and fulfilling. Now that you've learned these 6 subtle but critical signs that she's emotionally done with you, it's important to understand what this really means for your life and your relationships. This isn't about blaming her or feeling defeated. It's about clarity, seeing the truth without illusions. Emotional withdrawal is often a silent message, a quiet signal that something fundamental has shifted. And while it can be painful to accept, it's a moment of profound insight. It's a chance to step back and reflect on what you truly deserve. A connection that is alive, vibrant, and mutual. High value. Men don't waste time chasing shadows or trying to fix someone who isn't willing to meet them. Halfway, they embrace their worth and demand emotional honesty, not only from their partners, but from themselves. Recognizing these signs early empowers you to avoid the heartache of false hope and emotional exhaustion. It frees you to redirect your energy toward growth, self-respect, and ultimately toward a relationship where love is reciprocated fully and openly. Remember, love is not about desperation or control. It's about freedom and choice. When she's pulling away emotionally, it's not a personal failure. It's a signal for you to protect your peace, reclaim your power, and walk toward the life and love you owe it to yourself to never settle for less than genuine connection and respect. If you found these insights valuable and want to become a high-value man who can read between the lines and protect his heart, then I invite you to subscribe to Stoic Paradox. Here we dive deep into the truths of human nature, relationships, and self-mastery, helping you become the best version of yourself, emotionally strong, wise, and undeniably attractive. Don't just watch, engage, share your thoughts below. Have you noticed any of these signs in your relationships? What was your response? Your experience could help others who are navigating the same challenges. Also hit the like button. If this video opened your eyes, and ring that notification bell so you never miss powerful life lessons that can transform how you relate to yourself and others. And if you want to take your emotional intelligence and relationship awareness even further, check out the links in the description for exclusive resources and guides designed to help you cultivate high-value traits that naturally attract authentic, lasting love. Thank you for investing your time with Old Stoic today. Remember, true strength lies in knowing when to hold on and when to let go, not out of weakness, but out of profound respect for yourself and the love you seek. Emotional clarity is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself, and it sets the foundation for deeper, healthier relationships in the future. Stay stoic, stay aware, and keep growing. Because the path to high-value manhood isn't easy, but it's worth every step until next time. Take care of your heart, trust your intuition, and walk your path with unwavering confidence.